6 days ago, an island nation of 500,000 people stood Spain in front of a wall of zeros. The European champions, a tournament favourite, held scoreless by a World Cup debutant. Spanish football wobbled, the criticism poured in. Some even asked, is La Roja finished? And today, in Atlanta, an 18-year-old walked out and the stand stirred before he'd even touched the ball. Because his name was back in the starting 11. By the time this match ended, had Spain answered its critics, or fallen silent once again? This wasn't just a Group H match day 2. For Spain, it was a trial. La Roja had gone 33 matches unbeaten. They are the reigning Euro 2024 champions. But after a goalless draw with Cape Verde, all of it was suddenly in question. Two players in particular drew the spotlight. One was Lamine Yamal, just back from a hamstring injury. In the opener, he only came on with 20 minutes left. The other, Mikel Oyarzabal, who, against Cape Verde, became the first player ever to not touch the ball in the first 30 minutes of a World Cup match. A record nobody wants. Manager Luis de la Fuente tore up his lineup for changes to the starting 11, and Yamal restored to the side. A silent admission that the debut had been, in his words, unacceptable. So, how did Spain respond? The answer came inside 10 minutes. Oyarzabal, a low-driven cross, Yamal sliding in at the far post to tuck it home. 1-0, Lamine Yamal, his first World Cup goal, in his first World Cup start. He ran to the corner flag, dropped to his knees, and kissed the grass. A week of tension lifted off the team in an instant. Then the criticised man erupted. Oyarzabal. 21 minutes, far post, 24 minutes, again, a brace in 3 minutes. Before the first drinks break had even arrived, the match was effectively over. Oyarzabal nearly had his hat-trick, pouncing on a goalkeeper's back pass, only to rattle the crossbar. At 3-0, de la Fuente pulled Yamal and Oyarzabal off together. Their job was done. After the break, an Al-Tambakti own goal made it for Cucurella's shot deflecting cruelly in. Ferran Torres added a fifth late on, but VAR ruled it offside. It didn't matter, the scoreboard had already said everything. Expected goals, Spain 2.85, Saudi Arabia 0.04. This wasn't a match, it was a response. Afterward, Yamal's words carried all the honesty of an 18-year-old. I've always dreamed about being at a World Cup, and being able to score in my first start is a dream. I watched the last World Cup in class at school. For years ago he watched the World Cup from a classroom, now he scores at one. He read the meaning of the result precisely, too. The first game wasn't really us, it was different, but now we've arrived and we're going for more. Drawing a match that you know you should win stings. The records followed. Yamal became the 8th youngest scorer in men's World Cup history. And the first teenager to open the scoring in a World Cup match since Pelé in 1958. The manager met the week's criticism head-on, admitting the reaction after Cape Verde had been unfair, and that his players were hurt. I think it's crazy to question this team. We've been unbeaten for 33 games in a row. You can have better days, but doubting this squad of very young players, I think it's unfair. On Oyarzabal, he offered something close to a tribute. The impact Mikel has on the team is massive, probably bigger than any other player could have in the world. I'm convinced he can really make history in Spanish football. And Yamal's early substitution? Deliberate management. He's hungry, it's good to leave him that way, wanting more. He could play the full 90 next time, he's back to his best. From the commentary box, the verdict pointed one way. On Fox, Alexi Lalas called it comprehensive. They got the goals they needed, started Yamal, then rested him. Zlatan Ibrahimovic added, in his own style. It looked like Spain really enjoyed themselves, played the game they always play and got the goals this time. ESPN's Alex Kirkland drew the bigger picture. With Yamal back, Spain looked like contenders again, right back where they belong. In Atlanta, the stands were effectively a home crowd for Spain. Yamal drew roars just warming up. When he scored, the stadium exploded. Online, Spanish fans mixed relief with defiance. See, who said we were finished? Neutrals applauded Yamal's first goal, but a corner of them held another feeling. The little island, 6 days earlier, that Spain never did break down. The win sent Spain top of Group H, for points. Saudi Arabia, stuck on 1, dropped to the bottom. But the real message wasn't in the table, it was in the performance. A team that couldn't score a week ago had put 3 past their opponents in the first half alone. Yamal was back, the criticised Oyarzabal answered, de la Fuente's gamble paid off. Next up, Uruguay, June 26th. Bielsa's Uruguay are on the brink, and Spain have a chance to lock up top spot. To everyone who said Spain were finished 6 days ago, La Roja had a short reply. We've only just arrived.